Usually, when I start a novel, I don't stop until I finish it. But if we could go back was different. Fittingly, it was a book I kept going back to. I didn't finish it in one sitting, I took breaks. But every time I returned, I continued exactly from where I had stopped. Because the story stayed with me, even in the pauses. Kiran and Bennett are both married men, living very adult, very responsible lives. Bennett works an office job. Kiran runs his own successful business. Kiran knows he's gay, yet he's married to Maggie, and they have a daughter, Jaylin. Bennett is married to Allison, who is away for much of the novel, creating distance, silence, and emotional gaps that were already there. Bennett has two children, Jess and Nate, and this matters more than you expect. At its core, this is a story about two strangers who meet on a train and slowly fall in love. It's a true slow burn. And what this book does beautifully is explore the inner worlds of these two men. Bennett especially stood out to me. What's interesting is that Bennett doesn't even know he's gay, or bi for that matter, when these feelings begin. And yet, his attraction to Kiran doesn't feel chaotic or confusing. It feels understood. He doesn't panic. He doesn't fall apart. And maybe that's because loneliness, resentment, and emotional emptiness have already made space for honesty. It made me realize that sometimes we don't need a coming out crisis when the life we have built is already so quietly stiffly. What I also appreciated was Kiran's role in this. Even though it becomes clear later that Kiran was attracted to Bennett first, he never pushes him. He doesn't manipulate the situation or force emotions to surface. Their connection grows out of curiosity, two strangers slowly wanting to know more about each other. There's no instant attraction here, no rushing into anything, and that felt very real to me because most of us don't fall in love instantly. We grow into it. This story isn't just about romance, it's about family, responsibility, and the roles we keep playing even when they cost us pieces of ourselves. The plot includes infidelity, and it never tries to justify infidelity. They choose it not because they are careless, but because being apart no longer makes sense to them. And still, they never stop caring about the people around them, especially for children. The weight of those choices is always there, through words, through consequences, through silence. The book also spends a lot of time exploring Kiran's and Bennett's relationship with their children. And if you are a parent who is still figuring yourself out quite imperfectly, this is something you can deeply relate. What I really appreciated was how restrained this book is. It doesn't glamorize the affair. It doesn't rely on explicit scenes. Instead, it focuses on emotional connection, and sometimes that hurts more. I won't spoil the ending, but it moves toward a hard earned happiness. Throughout the story, I kept wondering how Kiran would reclaim himself, especially while remaining part of a family that is deeply homophobic, a family he still loves. I expected something loud, something explosive, and when it wasn't, I felt a little disappointed at first. But emotionally, it was anything but small. I realized I was looking for a cinematic explosion. But life, especially queer life in a homophobic family, is often a series of quiet, brave whispers rather than a shout. I think everyone has a moment in their life, in love or in something else, that shapes who they become. If you could go back to that moment, would you repeat it? If We Could Go Back is written by Cara Dee. Readers can find copies of this book online, including free options depending on availability. This is my first review of an novel, and I wanted to start with a story that felt quiet, thoughtful, and emotionally honest. Next, I want to talk about a manga that left a very deep impression on me. See you all next week. Thank you for listening.